Thank you. I'm so sorry we've gone a little bit over time, but that is Act One of the Playgrounds. I'm so grateful to have had you all here to read it. You fucking killed it, including you, Diego. Bodied this shit from the start with little to no prep. That was fucking crazy. And so there's a lot of improvements to be made, but I want to let everyone who needs to go now. Otherwise, I'm happy to sit here and talk about the play for as long as anyone would like to stay on. But thank you again for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Like, I cannot thank you enough. This has been incredibly helpful as I prepare to really develop this for hopefully agents and managers and other big people to see very soon. And so if you've got to go, feel free to head out about now. But otherwise, I'll stick on.
Take a picture.
Yes, yes. Oh shit, let me get my hair right. Oh, yes, please. Thank you, Jordan, for reminding me that we need to do this. Let's get a picture real quick. Do a screenshot.
A picture?
Yes, yes. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to get a few.
I got it.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah, just cheese it for a couple minutes.
Jazzy. Oh my God, I miss y'all.
I miss you all too. That was excellent. That is, oh my goodness.
Oh my God, Diego.
Had the energy I knew you would bring to it that, oh, it was electric to hear you all bring that to life. And so I see your question. When I read John's character description, I was like, damn, okay, I'm doing this. Yes, you fucking did, dude. Yes, you fucking did. And thank you enough. Oh, fucking healing my soul. And so
that hop in that van.
That was awesome. That was really incredible. But I know I've sent you all, or at least I've texted everyone in the group chat some questions I was hoping that you could think about. You know, again, I'll be back in Chicago in a couple of weeks. I'd love to buy you dinner or lunch for spending your time doing this and just pick your brains a bit about those. But again, I'll be here if anyone wants to share anything like, well, you know what? I'm going to ask this publicly. I got to know. Jordan texted me during the reading, yikes, after scene 5. And I got to know, was it in reference to something in the play that I want to ask about favorite moments or moments that, you know, really bothered you? I got to know, was that in relationship to a moment more whack-ass performance?
Oh, wait. No, it was a moment in the script that it felt like reality for a second. And I was just like, yikes, my nigga.
Yeah, yeah, I hope that's there. That even for my friends back home, I've noticed since I've started working on this play, I'm starting to see some dynamics like that more and more in my own life, whether it's back with friends and what they're struggling with here in Michigan, or even some things we see working with our own colleagues. And I hope that this will be better than therapy in some ways, where people can see those issues played out and worked through. And so thanks for sharing, you know, that response to that scene, because I've been talking to my mentor at Congo Square, Aaron Todd Douglas, who will hopefully see this, about how we can protect the audience. You know, how we can, you know, take them there to these deep, dark places without, you know, perpetuating pain or trauma too deeply. And so that's a good note in and of itself. But I want to put a pin in it for myself there and ask if anyone else had any particular moments that either stood out to you because they certainly should be in the final version, you love them so much, or anything like, Tyra, I just saw your text, I appreciate that the Taurus is a bull. And so they were even off on their astrology.
Right, I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
A source of humor of like, even with some of their actual theories that they have correct right now, what if they're only half right with these things because they're supposed to be teenagers? So it's like, you know, that's narcissistic. I read this in a book, you know, or X, Y, I had some sample jokes like that in before, but I didn't like how they turned out. And so especially, I loved how you all helped improve the dialogue already, constraining words that may have been, you know, a little too drawn out, or sentences that were a little too all over the place, even some typos I still needed to catch. I really appreciated all those corrections, but also invite any improvisations or ideas you may have to help punch up this script even more as well. But thank you, Tyra, for catching that, because there were some things I wondered, you know, in making some things super subtle and some things really hit on, what is the right balance of hitting on something like that and also letting it be a subtle treat for people who know their shit? And so, yeah, I'll come back and revisit that to either make it more obvious or hit on, these kids don't always have all the answers. But thank you for that note. I'm even making a little iPhone note for me right now to go back to that. But is there anything else anyone would like to mention, or even we can detract from that conversation about positive moments? If there's anything anyone feels they really want to share about this experience, I'm happy to hear everything and anything.
Well, first and foremost, Bear, so proud of you. So proud of you. Second, I miss all of you so fucking much. It's insane. And third, because I was in transit most of the time and everything was just, me trying to keep my eyes peeled and, watch my back and shit. I need to sit down and read this again for myself. I was going to say there was one moment. Oh, yes. The moments that aren't even speaking, like there was a part at the beginning where Aloe sits down on a swing and the other swing starts to move with him. And like moments like that, or like even just the description that the playground is rusty, the monkey bars, whatever they are rusty. Just all those things that are not verbal are really potent. And I just wanted to say that either you lean into them more, you keep doing them, or you create more, whatever. But I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Piggybacking off that, I definitely loved that swing moment and was wondering like how much, ghosts have to do. Like I felt like a lot of it was about grieving and death and stuff like that. I'm always interested in like the spiritual side of things and like how deep of a presence and of a supernatural presence is there in the space moving forward. I love how it opened just because it took me back to when we did Monkey Bar. I feel like I don't even think we did we do that with the cops? I don't remember.
With what with the cops?
When we're playing and then the sirens
we did the who.
Right. But it felt so familiar and it just feels so close to the heart. I'm super proud of you as well, Bear. It feels like something that has definitely come from you. And I love how you're writing something that you have experience doing, and it's not something foreign from you, it's something close to you. And so it makes it clearer. And I love the Gen Z bit. That's what I'm going to call it. Because just like Gen Z is obsessed with Myers-Briggs and astrology. And so I think it could go even deeper, honestly. It's hilarious. It's everything. I live for Ash and how much you're saying ass. It was funny and it was dramatic. It was all the things. It was messy.
It was messy.
Lots of mess. Lots of mess.
That's all. I'm with Jazzy. I would love to read it again and maybe have other things.
Absolutely. That is, more than I can ask for. That was really helpful in sharing that. Not only the Gen Z bits, but the spiritual aspects as well. That I really love that, especially with Aloe's opening monologue, I've placed the audience on the sort of spiritual plane that Lee is on. That, he's and no one's listening, no one can hear me. And I really wanted to emphasize that irony of, well, the audience is hearing him right now. And so, wherever you stand on a spiritual spectrum, there are ways that it has influence on us, which are incredibly important. Because you said that, and so thank you. You'll see in the next draft, I want even more of the spiritual presence that we see through this, like the swings, both swinging in the play, that I'd really like more things to happen that are sort of.
And the black cat.
The black cat, you like the black cat?
Or whoever the black cat represents, because for after Aloe to be, to go into the diabetic coma, and then there's the meow, but then earlier Aloe had flung the cat by accident, and it was just I don't know, it could, I don't know. I have my thoughts, but I don't know if they're even necessarily worth sharing yet. But
gonna follow up when I see you and Stu for sure, because I'd love to hear. I've been struggling with this cat a lot. I don't know if it works at all, what value it may add. It's symbolic. It's also, in some aspects comedic, but also like you're saying, it brings some of the drama full circle as well. Like you're saying.
Yeah. No, for sure, because like symbolically, like it could mean just the mishandling of the cat being flung around, but it's by accident, like that. I mean, there's so much, and who does that represent in this play? Who's being mishandled constantly, but it's an accident. And then yeah, all the spiritual things too for the black cat to be the black cat, superstition, death, blah blah blah, the moon. Am I tripping? Is this set at night?
It is at sunset. So it starts, I'd love again for this to happen outside too. I see it at the Steppenwolf Downstage Theater. I see it at the Black Ensemble Theater. But I also see it again, the goal is that it could be played with no tech on a playground, even like we were doing in school as a scene study.
Yeah.
One thing I hope for, even from the experience of making this short film last week with Kimon and some others, is with just a couple LEDs, you can get orange, pink, and purple really vividly. So it could begin with the orange sunset, sort of time, we go into pink when Aloe starts to potentially nod off to sleep, and then purple when Aloe takes the medication. We stay that way until we go to the midnight blue dark at the act break. Thank
I
you.
love you, Tyra.
Yes.
See you later.
Good to see you here. I'll follow up with you soon when I'm back in town. But thank you so much for doing this. You guys killed it. I knew you would.
Okay, I have one more thing.
Absolutely.
The rhyme.
Yeah.
You noticed
rhyme. Yeah, and Aloe especially.
Absolutely.
I felt like there were moments with other characters, but there was a rhyme thing happening with Aloe, and I'm just curious, like, what that was about.
I'm happy. I'm going to get to mention on the recording, hopefully Aaron sees, that Aaron Todd Douglas, my mentor, one of the founders of Congo Square, he recommended, what if this is Aloe's dream? If it is Aloe's dream, then it gives you permission to maybe even have some gaps in the story, but also to take that spectacle so much further and for it to fit in the world. Whether it's the costumes that the characters are wearing, which you may have noticed changes when they return, or different things that happen on the playground. I was really excited about playing with this potential that this is all Aloe's dream. And with that, when I started by writing that opening monologue, and I wrote it as just haikus, and I wrote something like 127 haikus, and that was just the beginning of the play at first. And so it was these rhyming couplets to try and play off of the Shakespearean to be or not to be, but rather than just sort of parroting, copy and pasting, and switching out different words with the pentameter, I really wanted to go through the sort of stages of grief with it. And so I had all these, rhyming haikus that even when I was speaking with Aaron, he's like, I don't know if it fits, man. It's cool, but I don't know if it takes us out of it, if it adds to it. Again, I really appreciate how you noticed that Aloe specifically is the one who keeps falling into these rhyming couplets. And so I like it as a sort of through line for him, especially if he's dreaming. This is all sort of like an Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz Odyssey for him. And the rhyming sort of adds to the poetry and surrealism of it that way. However, again, I'm curious to hear if you feel like even if it could be pared down, especially the opening monologue, I feel like could be pared down a lot.
Pared down? What do you mean by that?
Like, even I was doing this right before the reading, I was making cuts. I was like, you know what, this line is stupid, this isn't needed. You know what, I can get away without this rhyming couplet. And do they even need to rhyme? I started to move away from some of the latter scenes. Originally, Rose and Ash used to use couplets when they were having their private romantic moments. And I ended up taking that out and feeling like, no, because that's not how Rose talks or how Ash would talk. It sounds too refined sound that way and less naturalistic. And so I started playing with haikus, making them longer or shorter. So then now they no longer are technically poems, yet they branched out of that sort of foundation, I guess.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I'm thinking maybe I can cut a lot of those or at least make it less. I feel like with a lot of things I'm glad we brought up tonight, I either need to cut it or I need to lean into it and emphasize it, make it more obvious.
Yeah, I think you're right. That right there. That's all. Because it was tonight, the rhyme can be distracting.
Mhm.
I think like just in general, like rhyme, especially reading it on the paper. And just I don't know, the way that I am, like the way that things, it was a little distracting for me. I don't know if it's all the way necessary, but maybe with a few tweaks, it could be. It just yeah. I think maybe with a little more fleshing out, it could be dope. Because I kind of got, it gave me the feeling of like, you know, it gave me Shakespeare a little bit of like, this person is dealing with big emotions, big grief, heightened feelings. So now the text is heightened. And so I like the risk of it, but I don't know. The way that it is right now, it doesn't feel quite as stylized as it needs to be, maybe.
Can I go ahead, Justin, sorry.
But yeah, that's all. But other than that, I just noticed it and I love it. I was like, oh wait, rap?
Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you. This is giving me a lot. But Jazzy, I'd love to hear what it seems like you're going to tack on.
I was just going to agree, and I was going to say, and maybe to help you with the style of it, it can be one of those, it could be more faint at the beginning of the monologue or throughout the monologue. Like it doesn't have to come in so strong all at once in those, you know, first couple of paragraphs. It could just be like little hints of it every now and then. And then I don't know what the second act looks like, if the second act is Aloe's dream, because Aloe is in the diabetic coma. But then if the second act is that, or is more Aloe's POV, then it could come in again and it can get heavier with time. So that, you know, then that actually tells us where it comes from, why, you know, it lives inside of Aloe's mind, but Aloe now in this diabetic coma is free to just be him, be himself, and it can come out more. Maybe that'll help with the style of it, to give it circumstance.
That's it. That is it. Thank you.
And then also, you might also go, I don't need it at all.
Right. See, in these next couple months or so, that thankfully, again, you know, I've got a second act written, but I'm really glad I'm hearing this. This is exactly what I was holding out for. Something that I want to add or change or shift about this second act. And yeah, it gets House of Mirrors and more surreal. And that is a perfect solution. Both with Justin, you know, really leaning into the stylized heightening of the text, but also, like you were saying, giving it a condition or tying it to circumstance was genius. That is it, I feel.
Of course. I have a question. I did have a question. I guess. Oh no, never mind. I'll save it. I'll save it. I'm gonna save it.
Lovely. I'll be following up, but I guess you're in Atlanta right now still, yeah, Justin?
Yeah.
No worries. That I'm hoping to come visit sometime soon, and especially I'll be back in Chicago a couple of weeks. I'll see what else I may be able to make happen. But
yes,
I really owe all of you for doing this reading. I really appreciate this. I wish I could have given you more to be a part of it. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Diego. I just saw this in the chat.
Good work, D. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely be trying to get there.
You know it.
Yes.
Oh, man, awesome. Oh, killing it.
You're a singer. That's crazy.
Right. Everybody's incredible talent.
Crazy.
It's on me.
Yeah. Oh, you're almost there. You're almost there. And seriously, you're already working with all the alumni already. That
Right.
really awesome to sit down and talk with everyone. That okay, it is 12:42 Eastern, 11:42 Central. I want to let you go by the hour, but is there anything else anyone maybe wants to talk about before I let you go for the night? I will follow up with everyone. I promise to talk about this, so we'll have more time. But tonight, while it's still in your system, is there anything you really feel should be high prioritized in these revisions?
Oh, question, because I'm not sure if it was just because I was all over the place. I didn't totally piece it together, but so who are the siblings? The siblings are
Let's see
like
if
who?
let's see. In just hearing it, who do you think is related to who?
Okay, so it seemed like Mary and Aloe are brother and sister related to Lee.
Yep.
And then but then Rose is Ivy's sibling. No, Ash and Ivy are siblings, and then Rose is also. So is it Rose, Mary, Aloe, and Lee? Okay, are all siblings,
Yes.
and then
No.
Ash and Ivy.
Thank you, Diego. And yes, that was it. You got it. You got it. I was really curious to see if it would make sense, even just from an audience member who may not been able to read some of the things I have in the notes. So that was excellent to know. Yes.
Okay, bad.
Oldest, Aloe and Lee were supposed to be twins. Mary is the youngest sibling of those sort of three, Rose, Aloe, and Mary. Ash and Ivy are brother and sister as well. Ash is older and Ivy is younger. So
Got it.
I have this chart. If you go back and see the play, I've got everyone's ages on the first page too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Justin. Awesome. Justin had to bounce, but oh, I'm so happy we got the chance for this reading. Thank you so much for doing this, Jazzy. Please take a look at what we've got. I'll be sending some revisions in a few weeks too with the full play that, I should know hopefully December what other prospects where this play might be going up in the next year. And again, you're at the top of the list for anything you want to be a part of.
Oh, Bear, I will absolutely support in any capacity. Like, this is what makes me excited. It is like, I was saying this to somebody, I forget who, but I was just like, yo, it's like, I don't know, like doing things professionally outside of this ensemble is absolutely fruitful. And I really miss having an ensemble that I know and trust and am not afraid with. And like, it's like, I'll be my absolute full self from the jump because that's where all the magic happens. And so, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do whatever, whenever, however.
I love to hear it. I'm so grateful for your work, Jazzy. Thank you for coming in after your long day. That I guess I'll let you go now, but I am so looking forward to seeing Stu in a couple weeks, and I owe you a lunch or dinner to talk more about the play when you've gotten a chance to.
Listen, Bear, I'm gonna take you up on that for real.
You know it. I'm looking forward to it. Awesome. You got my number. Text me anytime. Seriously.
And you text me cheap, so that I can give you. I'm not. But it
would be Jordan without that comment.
Okay, literally.
Because I speak the truth.
You let me know what day you want to see Stu. Whatever. I'll give you the code. Jordan, I just got the $5 code earlier this week. So or last week.
Waited.
You should know. You really should have. I was like, what the fuck? You got a closing ticket? But yeah. So
awesome. Well, again, I'll be getting a ticket soon. Do you have a preference whether I come on a Friday or Sunday?
No, you come whenever is best for you.
Awesome. Okay, it'll probably be Friday the 14th then. I'm really looking forward to seeing you then.
Okay. Mwah. I love y'all so much. I'll talk to y'all later.
Have a great night. Later.
Bye, baby.
Bye.